I want to dive into your time as the athletic director at Rutgers, and you took Rutgers from the Big East to the Big Ten Conference, which was monumental at the time. What can you give me the behind the scenes of how that goes down? How did
Sure.
that? I'm sure long process. That could probably be a whole podcast in itself.
Yeah.
But just the inside baseball. How do you go about when you're an athletic director changing your conference?
Yeah, it's not easy. But you have to have some qualities that you can sell that are really,
Mhm.
really valuable and important in the space. So when I got the call about interviewing for Rutgers, I immediately responded that I wanted to interview because I went
Yeah,
to school there.
yeah,
I played football there. I met my wife who played
yeah.
lacrosse
Can't
there.
beat
Like,
that.
it was meaningful to
Yeah.
us, but I wasn't sure I wanted to be an athletic director.
Mhm.
When I got into the job and interviewed the first time, I left the interview and I called my wife and I said, I want this job. And she said, why? I said, they're sitting on a gold mine and they don't know what it is.
Yeah.
And it was New York.
Mhm.
And just coming out of the CSTV venture, which
Yeah.
we sold to CBS, and the Big Ten Network launched their
Mhm.
network, and then other networks are coming
Yeah.
up. It was all about New York. So how does it go? It's 4 years.
Yeah.
I called Jim Delaney the night before my final interview because he was a reference. And I said, hey, what are the chances we're getting Rutgers in the Big Ten, which I had talked to him about for
Yeah.
years. And he laughed and he said, less than 5%. And I said, well, that's not zero.
Yeah.
But Jim and I had a cadence for 4 years
Mhm.
talking about this. And we didn't get in the year Nebraska got in, but
Yeah.
we talked about the big market strategy. And what we did was we said, this is going to be about the market.
Mhm.
And we had a story out there every single day
Yeah.
about something that was going on at Rutgers.
Yeah.
Syracuse claimed to be New York's college team one year. And I gave the New York Times all the college football ratings for the last 5 years,
Yeah.
the top 10 games. Rutgers played in every one of them and Syracuse played in zero.
Yeah.
So it's strategic. You have to
Yeah.
create a narrative around it.
Yeah.
But when it came down to it, in 2012, the Big Ten deployed their big market strategy, and it
Mhm.
was Rutgers and Maryland. But
Yeah.
that doesn't mean it's over. Like the negotiating that goes on, the nervousness you have, the pressure you carry on your shoulders to
Mhm.
deliver for the fan base. But make no mistake about that deal. Rutgers has great assets. That was a media contract.
Yeah.
That gave the Big Ten network half a
Yeah.
billion dollars more per year in revenue
Yeah.
by being in New York on basic
Yeah.
cable.